It's 6 o'clock in the evening. We've had some glorious, glorious weather. We really, really have. But tomorrow, the rain is incoming. So I thought I'd come in the evening so I can do some evening watering rather than in the midday sun like I have been doing. And I've got a few jobs to do. And this job is definitely the first job that I need to do. Look at that. The stitching's all rotten. And as you know, I'm trying to make this last a little bit longer than the 18 months that I usually get out of these polytunnels. So yeah, first of all, I've also brought my list of things to do so we don't get behind. Okay, I'm finding this is helping. Loads more sweet pea flowers out. I'll show you those in a bit. Loads more. Everything looks like it's really growing nicely. So I'll show you all those in a bit, but we've really got to tackle this before it completely disintegrates. Let me get my tape measure. So what I need to do is, you see how it curves there? Right, so I need to go either side of this zip on the inside, okay, with this piece of wood, piece of decking. So I want to measure the highest point, which about here, and then the lowest point about there, and then just do a diagonal line. Right, that's what I'm thinking anyway. So let me get my tape measure there to there. Right, that is 68. I'm just going to write. So the highest point needs to be 68. Would help if my pen worked. 68. There we go. And then the lower point, other side of the zip. This is my theory, see, so I'm just measuring from the floor to this up here and then there. Doesn't have to be exact, I'm going to attach it, but I'll get it near enough. And that lower point is about 64, I think. 64, just slightly under 64. We could do it 64, right? 64, 68. So 64 to there, 64 to there, sorry, 68 to there, a diagonal. Okay, so I'm just going to now, go and cut. What's that? Go and cut that piece of decking. Well, let's go and do it together. Ages since we've made anything, doesn't it? Not that we're making anything, but, you know, maybe making a mess maybe, but we're doing something, aren't we? We are doing a job. So what I need to do, hang on, there's a bit of a nail sticking out there. Let me just see if I can bang that away. One sec. I'm going to bang it flat, can't bang it out. I think it's a screw. Last thing that needs to happen is to be skewered on a rusty screw. Right, okay, where's the tape measure? Tape measure, sorry, just behind you. 68, 64. So we'll have we go, 60, 68 is here, needs to be there. Right, on that end, and then at the other edge, 64. Just under 64 it was, so I'll just go just under 64. Okay, right, so I've got my 64, 68, okay. This will either work or it won't work. It's just one of them things. Right, let me just bring you a bit closer. Just smidgy. So you can roughly see what I'm doing. Right, we need a straight line. And of course, we'll use absolutely anything that's straight, anything at all. Because, you know, we don't do things exact here, do we? So I'm going to put the edge of here on the 64 and then that edge on the 68. And I'm just going to draw a line. I'm just going to marry that up on the outside and just make sure it's more or less right. Okay, I'm just going to stick it on the outside of the polytunnel. Just because I lack my confidence in doing something right. Okay, so if that goes down to there, that seems a bit high actually. That one seems a bit high at 64. And it went below that thing, didn't it? Okay, there to the, you know what? That's more or less right. I'm just going to do it slightly under so it sits under a little bit, but I've drawn my line. It'll do the job. I'm just going to slightly just cut half a centimetre underneath the line that I've drawn. Okay, come on, let's get cutting. I think the top edge I'm going to put about 3 holes in for tie wraps to attach it to the top pole. Okay, in the bottom, I might do the same, attach it, but I will also do one of my things where I peg it in. So I'll get some sort of piece of wood, I'll hammer it into the ground and I'll screw it on. So it's nice and firm, and plus it's all anchorage, isn't it, for the polytunnel in the winter, in the horrible storms that we get. So I'll do a few holes at the top, a few holes at the bottom so that I can attach it to the frame first. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Right, I'm just going to do the same at the bottom. I've just sort of like done double holes to make it a little bit bigger. But of course, just put a bigger drill bit in, but I thought I'd try it without any effort this time. So we've done our holes. We've done our holes in it now, top and bottom. I'm just going to see if I've got any tie wraps so I can attach it to where it needs to go, down here. In the end, I put the bigger drill bit in just so I can get these bigger ties in. Okay, so it's quite dark, so you might not be able to see, so I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to remove an obstacle of a tin of paint, okay, and something else. Move them out of the way. Okay, so we'll just deal with the top for now. Okay, I need to make sure that the zip is, I'm going to say the zip, not to the centre. I'm going to make sure the zip is more to that side. A little bit. Oh, I've done it that way. I should have done it the flat side, shouldn't I? Listen, it's not going to make any difference. I'm going to attach it. Doesn't matter. Right, I don't know what I was thinking. Right, that's... I should have done it flat side out. Never mind. I don't want the zip in the middle. I want the zip slightly to that side because I need that there to put the Velcro on. Okay, so it doesn't have to be exact, but I'm just making sure the zip isn't quite... So let me go outside. Isn't quite in the middle. So I'm going to say about there. Yep. Okay. Inches like that. I'm going to put first tie wrap in. I'm doing just put it through the hole around the frame. Pull it tight. Let me just have a look on the outside. Butterfly in here. Can you see it? There we go. Trying to get out. The door's open here, mate. Come on. Nearly. It's gone. It's gone. Right, let's carry on with this. Sorry about the squeaking of the camera. Right, so basically, let me just check. That's a check. Yeah, that's fine. And then do another one, do the middle one maybe. There we go, threading through the hole in the top of the wood around the frame. Okay, so that it's attached. I'm pretty confident with them, so I'll do them quite tight. Yep. One more. Oh, dropped it. All right, sometimes you need to repair rather than just to buy new. There we go. Pretty skint, to be honest. So, there we go. Okay, so I shall take you up there and show you close, just in case you can't quite get what I mean. I'll cut those ends off, but can you see? Don't know if you can see the hole at the top, and it's gone round the pipe. It's difficult to show you because I've got the sun in that direction. Right, anyway, so in the hope that you might be able to, understand what I've done there. I've just tied those to the top. There, I like that. I want it like that. Right, so it's attached on the bottom as well. I couldn't quite get the third one in, but two, and it's, you know, it's solid. I will be hammering a stake in there at the end as well. Right, oh, I've lost my duct tape. I've lost my duct tape. I don't know where the devil I've put it. It's in one of them mysterious safe places. White duct tape. I mean, I've got some polytunnel tape. I suppose I can. Well, I'm going to have to. I've started now. So I might as well finish. Right, I'll use this tape. I've got some clear tape. We'll use that. First of all, what we need to do is I need to staple gun I'll show you. Don't just say it. Show you. We need to staple gun this here, the edge of this, onto this board here. Right, and then we need to tape it. And I'll staple it as well and tape it. We don't need the zip anymore, but I'll just neaten that up. Tape it, and then I need to, how am I going to attach? I need glue or something, don't I? Oh gosh, I've not got everything with me. What happens if I just stick that on there? How am I going to attach it? I've got a mini stapler, but I don't think I've got the staples with me. Let me just have one think about this before I commit to doing this today. 1 second. I am going to carry on regardless. It's quite sticky, this stuff, so it might be okay till I can get back and attach it to this bit with something other than just the stick of the stuff itself. Staples, if I can bring my mini staples with me, mini staple gun, I think we'll be okay. Otherwise I shall think of something else, but it will get done. But let's just carry on. Let's do what we intended to do here. Let's staple this onto here. And I'd just like to say this is all based on a video that had no sound on it, that someone had done. Well, I say it had no sound, she didn't speak through it, right? It just showed you her doing a repair. And I think she even filmed it with the camera in her hand, and I skipped through it. So this is all based on that. Right, let's make sure we pull this. Okay, that's just the basic first idea. Right, just stapled that onto there. Right, the next thing, I think, is the tape from there to there. I'm sure that's what she did. I'm sure she put a tape from there to there and then put this, because it would be better, the Velcro stuff sticking on here, maybe. Right, I don't know. I couldn't find that video again, actually, when I wanted to watch it. It was not by anybody who had a big following. It wasn't by anybody who had lots of viewers. I think it was just a random woman. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape from there to there with this. This is polytunnel mending tape. Right, I've got a splinter. I feel like I've got a splinter. Right, I'm going to tape from there to there. Don't ask me why, but I'm sure that's what she did. And then I'll put some more staples in. Very sticky, this stuff, but I don't actually think it's that great, because I've tried to mend the polytunnel seams with this and it didn't last that well. But this is, I'm going to staple gun this on as well as stick it on. Okay, so we might have a bit more of a fighting chance for it to work. Right, you know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to staple this here. I'm going to staple it on the other side of the tape as well, just to make sure that it sticks. I have stapled that on there now. Okay, staple the tape over there. Right. Let me just unhook this down a second. But you can see how I struggled. I mean, look, oh my God. I might even struggle now. Why isn't that pulled right over? See what I mean? the gap there. Why is that so tight? That's why it gave way, because it's just such a tight thing, isn't it? Oh my Lord. I just want to see if I can... Ah, that's why. Right, that's why, because I've pushed it in. I wondered why that wasn't quite thingy there. Right, I need to stake that in, really. I need to stake it in so that it's taut, because I keep pushing on it and it's going that way and it makes it look like that's never going to fasten. So let me just stake it in. Just going to get... oh, sorry, one second. 1 second. I should be out in a minute. See, I've got to pull it over like that. Okay, right, I need to drill some holes in that, which means I've got to move this. Right, so I'm just going to move that table. I'm going to drill the holes, get it in place so we can do this. You don't need to see me do that. I'm just going to drill holes into that stake, through there, onto this, so it's secure onto this board. Okay, I've just got to move that out of the way. Oh my God, it started raining. It's raining. I've got to bring everything in. I've got to bring my seats in. Oh, my umbrella. Sorry, I'm just putting that inside. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm hoping it's going to blow over, otherwise I'm going to have to finish it tomorrow. I'm going to have to figure out how I can possibly attach this to there until tomorrow. Oh my God, the rain. Right, 1 second, just let me... Oh my word, it is chucking it down. It's chucking it down. I'm just going to have to make do with this for now, and we'll come back and finish it tomorrow. It'll be an instant view. You'll never know, honestly. But it's raining. Oh, I'm just saying how lovely the weather was as well. But it's definitely raining now, so I'm just going to attach this as best as I can for one night. I'm back in the morning. It's died off a little bit, and I feel like I'm very committed to doing this now. I really feel. Okay, the screws have pushed that out a bit, but I really feel like I have to try it and finish it off. So I'm going to make sure that it's completely dry before I stick this on. This is just Velcro. I'm going to stick it on, and I'm obviously going to staple it on as well. It should be very sticky. Oops, sorry. It should be very sticky. I think maybe you fell then, I'm not sure. Okay. Like I say, as long as I dry it before I put it on, I hope we'll be okay. What can I do? I've sort of committed myself now. I didn't realise it was going to rain. I thought it was going to rain tonight. God, this is so sticky. I can't even get it off. Right, here we go. This is because I'm panicking now, Right, let's dry and stick. Okay, that is really sticky actually. I'm very pleased with the stick on that, but I'm not going to rely on that, okay? Not going to rely on that to hold it. Obviously not. Right, staple gun. Oh gosh, rain, go away. Staple gun, of course you're out in the rain. Of course you are. Oh gosh. Right, I have done all I can do for this today. I can carry on with this tomorrow. I just can't, it's still the same day. I've put Velcro strip down that side and it's sticking, but it won't stick forever. I need to staple it, right? So I need to get my stapler, a proper stapler, not that stapler, a proper one that connects two things together, just to stop it pulling off. But so I've done that strip on there. Let me bring you out. Oh God. And then I've done this strip on there. So to fasten it, it's hard to do with one hand, but just pull it over. like so. Put my brick on it, as per usual. Okay. Look, it wasn't neat to begin with. The zips were all mushed and broken and stretched and stapled and whatnot, but I just need it to last a little bit longer, right? What I'll do, I'll probably staple that there, actually, because what I don't want is a gap for any sort of wind to get in. So I will just probably pop a staple in there like that, because that Velcro only goes to there for some reason. I've wanted it to there. Or I might just add an extra piece on. But either way, there you go. That is my attempt at making it last another... I want it to last next summer. Right? I want it to last next summer. So maybe... Now it's not a big strain on that zip, because that's a zip that would definitely give way. Maybe it will last till next winter. What you think? Place your bets down below. What do you reckon? Right? Will it last till next winter? Or won't it? Will it last just till the end of this winter? It stopped raining now, I've finished it. I just added those bits there at the top because I don't want that to... And added a tiny little bit of Velcro at the top and that to there, just so that it's just firm. I just want it firm. I don't want it, you know, whipping up and me pulling it up and ripping it, whatever. So those brackets that I made are just attached to there. That I'm very happy with it. Obviously, we've just got to staple that on there. It'll do for today though. But while we're here, and we'll come back tomorrow and do some more, but while we're here, we'll just have a look at the flowers, the lovely colour of these. So many different colours. Look, we've got some white ones there, pink ones, purple ones. I won't pick them today. I might pick them tomorrow. Let's see how our beans are doing. Oh, look at these already. Look at those whoppers already. These have beautiful flowers. I wish it had grown a bit more though, because my friend's, Emma's at the Pink Shed plot, she planted hers about 4 or 5 weeks before mine, and I can't, if you remember, it's virtually covered on there. See, I put the wrong netting on these, and these leaves are struggling. These leaves are struggling inside this netting. I put the wrong mesh on for these. So maybe that's where I went wrong. I didn't need that mesh for these beans. Anyway, we've got some beans growing. What did you want to look at? Sweet peas. Sweet peas. Go there, some more colours. Some lovely double coloured ones there. A lovely rich colour there. Some more there. Loads of buds. Really pleased with those. Right, they fell out. I picked these the other day, but I don't think you were here. I think it was when I was here with Mick, actually. I came down with Mick because we had to do a video for our other channel. It was for Manchester Mudlark's channel. We did a video. I don't know if you've seen it yet, so I might not mention what it was we did because a little extra. Anyway, yeah, I was showing you the different colours we've got of the sweet peas. Anyway, that was over on Manchester Mudlarks. We filmed something else here. Look at those. Oh, I love the double coloured ones. I did pick. It's not bad, the flowers in there, because I actually picked them all. As you just saw in that pot there, I picked them all last time I was here, so we're doing well. Oh, that's a dark one. Look at that one. Look at that one. Wow, that is a beautiful colour. Won't pick them tonight, like I say. Beautiful pinks. Beautiful pink. That's a bit wayward. Not quite on my arch, is it? Oh, did we sow here? What did we sow here? The other day. It's only the other day. But it's the 14th now. It's July the 14th. I can't remember what it was. Was that the land cress? Might be land cress. Flowers on here. Got pink ones. Pink ones again. Darker pink. Oh, darker red. And the pink. Lovely fuchsia pink at the back there. Wow, I'm really pleased with my sweet pea. Oh, look, some wee purpley ones there. The beans are doing okay, but oh, look at those. I never expected those to be growing now. There you go. I think it was land cress, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We planted something else here, but I don't think they're coming up, are they? I don't think we've got anything coming up here. Oh, maybe that is the something. Maybe. Did I do that? Yeah, that looks the same. There. Can you see that? That. Oh, whatever that is, it was kohlrabi. Was it kohlrabi? So there we go, only a couple. One there, another one there. That looks like one there. Maybe one under that lump there. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. So how many days was that? When did I film here last? I don't know. Right, while we're here, before we go, should we see if we've got any cucumbers? Come on, let's see. Big cucumbers, we saw little tiddlers, didn't we, last week? But we've had some lovely sunshine, so let's see. Oh, don't forget the gherkin cucumbers, so they're only tiddlers anyway, but look. Oh, can you see it? There you go. Oh, there's one underneath it there. Not quite, it's a bit little one there. One there. Oh, there. I think there's a few knocking about around here. Let's just check on the peppers while we're passing. There, you can see one pepper. Oh, no, another one there. Okay, not got any. Oh, look, totally missed that one. That's probably been growing for ages. Look at that one. Look at that one, pepper. Salad peppers are they? What is it? Sweet pepper, snack yellow. Okay. Oh gosh, look at that. Didn't even see that. Look at that. It's a funny shaped one, isn't it? We've got, oh look, there's big, these peppers. Didn't even know they were growing. Didn't even see it. That's been growing secretly. I've not been checking properly. Right, loads of little cucumbers. Whoppers. Any more whoppers? Nope, just that big whopper down there. It's the next day and it's 15 and it's been raining all day long. I saw on my app, it said in 25 minutes it's going to stop raining for a very brief window. So I thought, you know what? If I set off now, by the time I get there, it'll have stopped raining. And although it's got the water coming down off the trees now, it has stopped raining somewhat. So I'm off to, at the very, very least, I want to secure that Velcro on the outside of the tunnel. So I've brought my stapler. I hope I brought my stapler and staples, so we can at the very least get that done. And also what I need to do really is tidy the polytunnel, because every time I do a job it just creates mess. Do anything, not even a job, because I just put things down. You know what I'm like. So anyway, we're here. It's not so bad, even if it's just a brief enough moment that I can just staple that thing and then tidy the tunnel. Right, let's go and see if it's still holding up actually, because with it just being sticky and it's been raining all day and all night, it might have even come undone. So fingers crossed it hasn't. We might as well do the approach together. Got through the gate. Oh, my bunting is down, that much you can see. A fat bunting on the far side. Right, so that's it's quite windy, you see, it's quite windy. So the trees are getting apples on them, look. Oh, I cannot wait for those to be ready to pick. Oh gosh. Oh, bunting, right, that's an easy fix. It's stretched quite taut, so I'll just tie. Can you see that end of the bunting is down? So I'll just tie that up again. That's nothing. It's my Velcro holding. It's my Velcro holding. That's the most important thing. I think it's maybe peeled off in a couple of spots. Can you see there? Looks like it's unstuck there. Of course it has. It would do. It needs stapling on, so that is my job today. But it did enough of a hold, didn't it, to be able to get us through to the next day. Right, okay, so I'm going to get my stapler out and I'm going to staple that Velcro to that outside door. Okay, it's a little bit of stroke of luck. The sun is out just a little bit in between all the grey, rotten clouds. Okay, right, you know what? It didn't do too bad. It didn't do too bad. It held enough for us to come here with the stapler, didn't it? And that bottom bit is really, really wet. So should I staple it that way, shall I? I don't know, staple it this way. I can always do some more the opposite direction. So basically what I'm doing is along the edge. Oh, if I can figure out how to work a stapler. One sec. Right, there we go. Don't know why that wasn't working. Okay, basically, start again, we're going to staple the edge. I have stapled it, so along that edge and along that edge. Right, so I am going to just give it a good rip up, so I'm going to fasten it. Here we go, like so. Right, let's pull you further back, shall we? One sec. Okay, can you see all of that? Like that, that's nice and firm. Okay, that is nice and firm. On there, lots of Velcro is touching, that's the main thing. So it's a nice wide Velcro, right? So if I left that, I would feel quite confident that that is not going to get the rain on it and pull that off. That is, the bottom one is also stapled, so let's see. Pulls off, nothing's shifting because it's stapled. So I think as long as we keep our eye on this, as long as if we see bits that are coming off, if we keep on top of it, I think we've done a really good make, do and mend there. Yeah, I'm really quite pleased with that, and I'm so glad it's just stopped raining so that I could come down and do it. But what I also need to do, fill that bird feeder, because I ran out of peanuts and they didn't have any in the shops, but I've just gone past the shop now and they had the peanuts in. So let's get some stuff in that bird feeder because it hasn't been filled for about a week. All right, first let's fill peanuts. I still haven't put anything on here to hold that up. That could maybe be a job to do soon, couldn't it? Okay. There we go, finally. That's the peanuts done. I'm actually running out of bird seed as well, so that's something else I need to get next time I'm in the village, the bird seed. Oops. Oops. And then some fat balls. So glad I have done that job now, and as it happens, that piece of wood I put in for the door is doubling as a tripod in here. I've just clamped my camera to it. Now what I've got to do now is I have got to tidy up. Oh, and I'll show you these. I'll tell you now, then I'm going to have a proper look at it in a few minutes. To you, another day for me. Remember the other week I said I bought this thing for my hose, and it was an absolute godsend from Qwick hose. Do you remember? You could, because it usually when you have a hose pipe, you've only got about that much that your hose goes into, if that, right? And mine kept popping off. As you know, it popped off at the tap, it popped off at the end, it popped off at the reel. It was just popping crazy. But I bought one of these things, I think it was about £9.50 from Qwick hose, right? And it was absolutely fantastic. I've used it, Rain. I've used it, and it was great. Now, I'm not being paid to do this, but Qwick hose have sent me an absolute shit. They've sent me everything. They've sent me everything they do, right? I'll show you more detail later on, because I said I would do a proper review, and that is to say I'll use it and I'll tell you what it's like. But for the first video, I'll show you what I've got, and I'll do that. So I've got this box of everything they do, right? And I'll give you my honest opinion on it. They're not paying me to do this. They have sent me this, but they're not paying me to do it. They want an honest review because, you know, I did an honest review of that thing that I bought, that Qwick hose thing that I bought. So I've got that box of stuff, and I've got this box of stuff as well. And I will be reviewing it. I will be not just reviewing it, I'm going to be testing it. So I'll be testing it over the next 4 weeks or so. So we'll have a look at it all. We'll use it. Okay, and then I'll come back and tell you my verdict, because I was so super impressed with that Qwick hose connector. In fact, it was the toothless but not useless. toothless but not useless connector. Yeah, it was fantastic. It didn't pop off. I didn't get soaked. Yeah, so anyway, we'll have a look at that later on. We'll have a look at what we've got. I do need to connect, actually. I need to get to the back with a hose pipe. So, not now, obviously, because it's raining. But I do need to connect. I've got a piece of hose. I need to connect it just to extend my hose pipe so I can get right to the back, because I can't get to them back greenhouse things. So, I think we've got a connector. That could be the first thing that we thoroughly test, actually. We'll find in here, I'm sure, a connector that will connect that hose, my existing hose, to the small hose, but that's something we can do later on. So I'm not going to spend a massive amount of time on that. It's something that we will keep coming to, because they have asked me to test it, review it, tell you what I think, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So quick hose. I recommend that other thing that I bought, the toothless but not useless connector thing there that you put on your hose pipe, and you put your squirty thing on the end, you know, all that technical stuff. So yeah, we should be doing that later on in this video. Did I tell you the remaining garlic, apart from the one that's in there now, I pulled up and just left in here. So I might have shown you already, but do you think there might even be tiny garlic? Do you think? Do you think it's just worth saving those and planting those and see if they grow next year? I mean, I don't know how long. They smell like garlic. They smell like garlic. So I'm going to presume that they are cloves of garlic. Sorry, you know. That's not a clove of garlic. Let me just throw that away out there. Right, so that little one, I'm going to say is a clove of garlic. Right, let me just get it off this thing here. Right. That one. Very tiny, can you see? But it just stink like garlic does. And then we've got this one. That smells like garlic. If anything, do you think I could plant, leave it till November? I could plant these individual whatsits and grow garlic from them. We've got plenty, even if this doesn't get shown now till the end of August, I've got plenty of time for you to tell me. What should I do with these? Do you think they'll grow into garlic? Because if so, I'll keep these and plant those and grow them and try and have another bash at it, maybe in one of the greenhouses to protect it a little bit more from whatever it was that dug it up. So anyway, what do you think? Let me know. So yeah, what I've got to do is, I've got loads of this Velcro left. It's handy if the other side goes. Right, so I could do with rolling that back up. But what I need to do is take a look now. I'll show you my messy polytunnel. And because my sister's coming, you know what it's like when somebody's coming round, you tidy up. Because my sister's coming tomorrow. See, look at the disgraceful, can't do anything about that, blooming kids' tent, chairs, you know what I'm like, right? You know what I'm like. I just wing things in. So have a look now at what it looks like and see if I can make it just a little bit better. And I'll probably be doing it for about an hour, but you'll see it in a millisecond from now. I've done it. I've given it a little bit of a tidy. It looks, look, just put a few things away, you know, put the chairs to one side. That little kid's tent, I put it back in its bag because I won't be needing that for a couple of months. So that's all my den making stuff in there, in that bag, my tarps and poles and whatnot. Just, oh, look what the sun's done, the heat in here, look what it's done to that. If I get a hairdryer on it and heat it up, or a heat gun, I can mould it back down again. So I'm not too concerned about that. I can get that to lie flat again, but that is how it got to, I think it said 55 degrees the last time I was here. It hasn't been that warm the last couple of days. So the most it's got to 44 degrees. That's the most, 44, and at the minute it's 20. Okay, and the minimum is 14 degrees. Don't know if you can see that on there. So we'll clear it and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was 55. I don't even know if that was the hottest day, but yeah, 55 degrees, it made that melt. Okay, all my seeds are over there, my quick hose. Mustn't forget to do that next time we come. Tie wraps, paint, gloves, bits and bobs. All my clips for my dens, etc. And pegs are in there. So I just sort of know these sort of tools to have handy, which is a knife and a couple of pliers and a pair of nippers, tape measure, my bottles. I did put some bottles out, but they definitely need I mean, they've been out for days. They've been out for days. They definitely need a hole in the top because no water's been coming out of them. Someone said you don't need to put a hole in the top, but there's nothing coming out of it. There's nothing coming out of that. That's been there for days. So as it happened, I don't need it. I just thought it was going to be dry, but it wasn't. God, you know what? I nipped these flowers off here the other day. Gosh, they just keep going back and back, don't they? Right, okay, I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple of days again in an instant for you. So I'll just report on this. Perfect. We've had rain, we've had a bit of wind. Everything was intact, so I'm happy with that. Right, while I was here with my sister, day before yesterday, I did pick 3 gherkin cucumbers, and I knew there were some that were also almost ready to pick. So I'm just going to have a look now and see if we can pick any more, but ones that you'll see this time. So just think, I have already picked a couple. Oh, there it is. I knew it was around here somewhere. Right. So when it's dark at the top and still light at the bottom, it says that's when you pick it. So, oh, it fell off. That fell off. So I'm going to say that is definitely ready for odd shape. Doesn't matter. We don't care what shape it is. And I think there was another one sort of round here somewhere, I think. Yes, there it is. There it is. There it is. Here you go. Dark at the top, came off easily. Light at the bottom. Right, let's have a closer look at those 2. There you go. I'd say they are perfect. I don't remember seeing any more that were ready. I just remembered that we had 2. So, and the peppers haven't changed colour yet, so we definitely know peppers. Right. Lots of tiddlers on here, but no other big ones. Very happy with those. Plus the 3 that I got that you didn't see, and plus 1 before that. I don't know if you saw it or not. So yeah, so far a good little harvest from our gherkin cucumbers. So as you know, I need to connect another piece of hose to my hose pipe. Okay, I happen to have a short one that I used to use in my backyard when I had plants in there. Okay, just a short one, but I think it will be just enough so that I can get to the back of the very, very back of the allotment. Right, but what I need to do is I need to connect this to this, right? So like I said, Quick Hose have sent me loads of stuff. I'm just going to deal with this box first. Okay, I'll tell you what, you don't need to see me. Let's see what's going on in this box. Okay, so Quick Hose sent me 2 boxes of goodies, and this first box of goodies I'm hoping will have the stuff we need to be able to connect 2 hoses. Right, what have we got? Nozzle, wing lock, mini spray heads, right, and other connector things there. Right, they do loads of stuff, right? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say this is the thing we need, because this looks like 2 of those, doesn't it? 2 of those things there, right? So, wing lock repair connector, repair damaged hoses, extends and connects hoses. Okay, that is definitely what we are doing. We are extending and connecting. Okay, right. I would imagine it's just straightforward. So let's take this one off here. Not easy to take off, is it? Because it's nice and firm. This is how firm it is. I can't get it off. Always a good sign that this was never going to come off in the first place. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to get some warm water just to make that a bit more pliable, because that, which is a good thing, is on that absolutely solid. And you remember how many times it popped off. So just let me get some warm water so that I can just make that a little bit more pliable so I can get it off. One of the tips is, if you can't get the hose on, is to dip it in hot water, but not boiling, for 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to see if it works in reverse. It came on a little information slip actually inside that box. But you know me, when I got mine, I didn't even read the instructions. But for you, because I'm recommending it, I will. Let's see if we can get that off. That is, there you go, heated it up. It came off that one, absolutely no problem at all. Okay, right. So, I want to connect this hose to the other one. So this is nice and warm, so it will go on. So you just push it on. Don't forget that goes inside the hose. For me, that's the thing. That's going inside the hole, so it's dripping it there. Whereas all the other ones that have had them little, I don't know if I've got any to hand, I think I threw it away. All them little ones that I buy 2 or 3 of a year, because they keep popping off and snapping and whatnot. Oh, sorry, I need to put that on. Keep popping up and I have to put it in hot water again. Because it connects. It connects so well. Just let me heat it up so I can get it off, because I've not put that on. This is like, I'll do all the mistakes for you so you don't have to. But is it honest? It's just an honest and truthful review of the product. Right, we've got it off. Got it off. Stick that on first, okay? Push that in. Still nice and flexible. Let's pop that right up. There, can you see? Close that on the hose. So not only is it in the hose, it's on the hose. Okay. Done it first time because I've got my glasses on. That isn't going any. You saw that wasn't going anywhere. Right, so we need to get the other end of this pipe. Let's stick it in. Don't even know if we need to, but just stick it in the hot water anyway, because it's here. Don't forget hot, not boiling. Just enough to warm it up and make it flexible. Okay, that's all we've done. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, that went on like a treat. Oh, I've done the same thing again. Sorry, it soon cools down once you put it on there. Let me put that on again, because I don't learn, do I? Right. I wish I could edit videos, because I would edit that out. I would edit that little bit out. Right, but I don't. So you'll have seen it all. Okay, right, there we go. On. That is on there. That's going nowhere. Close it on. Clamp it on. Tighten that. Okay. You know that's not going anywhere. You know it isn't going anywhere. I bend and twist and turn, right? And I leave it out all the time, move it all the time, and it never goes anywhere, the other one. Right, so that's what we've tested so far. Right, what can we put on the end? What have we been given? 1 second, let's see what we've been given here in this box. If we're going to do it, oh, got pens. Oh yeah, Mick nicked a pen. There was 3 pens. Quick hose pen there. Right. Let's take the old thing off this. Look, easily pulled off. Didn't have to heat it up, because, well, this is from my house. It hasn't been used really very much. But yeah, that is from my house, so it just pulled off easily. It's just one of them little ones that just slots in. Not very good, is it? Right, what have we got? We've got a nozzle spray end, but we need to attach this, don't we? Right, wing lock connector 2-pack, original and no flow. Right, what's a no flow? What's a no flow? No flow. Does it say what a no flow is? No flow. The no flow connector has an additional pin that prevents water flow when changing attachments. That's what I should have got. Do you remember when I showed you that I'd bought this one and I forgot that I'd already started watering, and I took the end off and all the water came out? Maybe that means you can change the nozzle and stuff, doesn't it? So should we try the no flow? We know what the blue one does, right? Perfectly good at doing whatever it needs to do. We will pop the grey connector on. I'm just going to stick that in the warm water while it's still warm. Oh, right, it's got a little. How does it work? How does that work? It's got a little valve, so that when I take an end off to change it, because oh look, there's a few different. Look at those different heads. So I can just change it without turning the water. That's genius. Genius, right? That's been in there now. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Okay. And honestly, they haven't paid me to do this. They've just sent them and asked me to do an honest review. Right, that's what we're going to stick on the end. What we're going to stick on the end of that. Those are just ends. Okay. Right, so this is a nozzle spray end. How does that attach? Okay, right. Okay, and then so, oh, jet shower mist by turning the grey, read instructions. So, jet shower mist. Full twist of the nozzle closes the water flow without having to shut off the tap. Okay, that's good. So it does go completely. Was it UV stabilised premium grade plastic? Oh, so it won't go. Ooh, it won't go faded like this old thing, this old grotty thing. Okay, right, so we know we pull that back. We made that mistake, didn't we, last time by not reading the instructions. Push it in, let it go. Okay, that swivels. That goes round, that's not going anywhere. You know what we need to do, don't you? We need to test this. And we need to test wherever it's gone. We need to test the joint. Right, let's go and get that hose pipe on. Just turned the tap on. Right, let's have a look. Oh, sorry, it's come off the tap. It's come off the tap. I need something for the tap. Hang on a minute. Let's just see it together. It's come off at the tap, which is what happens because I haven't got a quick hose at the end of the tap. Right, let me do that again. Right. Let's get a new connector, I think. I 100% did not stage that, right? But I need to replace that. Is there anything that I can replace that with? Because that happens all the time. You've seen it happen before. And usually I'm stood right next to it and that's when it gets me. But yes, of course, there's something I can't. Would that be, would that one, that'd do the same job, wouldn't it? Would that do the same job? Would that go on a tap? What's that connector got to be? That one without the flow thing, that'll do it, won't it? Right, I'm going to stick that one on the tap. Finally, thank goodness, I'm going to have something. And honestly, I did not plan that. That's what happens. That's what happens with that tap and them little tiny connectors, which just fell on the floor. And you know what? It can stay hidden. I'm going to pop that on the other end, on the tap end. Honestly, you couldn't make these things up. Okay, let's try again. Let's put it in hot water because this is an old hose pipe, so it's really quite stiff. Not very flexible. 30 seconds, that's all it needs. Well, let's see if that'll do it. Put my grey thing on first. Remembered, okay. Oh, there we go, much better. That is a really good connection. Okay, that's on tightly. There we go, pull that grey thing back on it and then push it back up. That feels locked. Let me turn it on. Let me move you over and turn it on. So you can at least see if I'm going to get sprayed by it or not. That's the big test. Right, let's go. Warn you that also sometimes that pops off at the actual, where it goes into the hose, you know, into the reel as well. So if that happens, it does happen, let me tell you. Right, okay, that's turned on. That was very secure. Got to remember to pull that grey thing down and push it back up. Don't think I did it with that thing at first with the end nozzle, but it's done now. Pull it down, then push it back up, and that completely locks it in. So safe and secure, right? So far, quick hose is getting a 10 out of 10. Right, let's see what it's like to use. Okay, quick hose, let's see if you work. Right, I believe you just twist that. Very, very fine mist. More of a spray. And to a fine line, right? I want it sort of like that. So that's how I like my spray. So I need to see if this is going to reach to the back now because I've added that extra hose, haven't I? I'll show you my the ones that rescued. Look how we're doing. Right, we can get to the back now. Thank goodness I can turn it off. Turn it off while I unzip it rather than wasting the water. Okay, I can get into my onions. Get into my onions easily. I think we can probably pick these onions actually, spring onions. Right, and then you just turn it off. Easy enough. So yeah, I'm going to say this first, I'll say first test of one thing. We've tested a few things, haven't we? Because that thing came off at the tap. we've joined two things together over there with my extra bit of hose. And then we've got the nozzle thing. You just turn, a couple of turns. You can just sort of vary the amount of spray that you want until it goes to a long stream. So yeah, quick hose, I think I can definitely recommend it. I mean, I'm 100% sure I can recommend it. It's solid, it doesn't come off. You know, you've seen all the adverts where people are pulling. It doesn't matter, that isn't coming off, right? You can look at people pulling this hose as much as you like. That is not coming off there. That is not coming off the tap like it has just done with those little things. The next thing to go will be the one going into my hose reel, and we'll have a look at that next week. But I don't want to do everything in this video, but I just wanted to show you these. They've sent them me. I'm testing them. I'm going to test them over the next few weeks. So every week or so, I'll be telling you how they're doing. Have they popped off? Are they still as strong as I think they are? And we know that one works wonders, don't we? We know that that's fine. Is this the no flow one? Should we take it off and see? Right, I'm sure this is the no flow one, the orange one, so we should be able to take this off to be able to interchange. I'm just going to do it now, and then the next video we might put the other things on that you can get for it. Okay. Shut up. Don't start looking down the end of a gun. Oh my God. The water's on. I'll show you the water's on. I'll show you. Right, pull that down, push that in, pop that up. You ready? The water's on. So, that's brilliant. Had I put that one on last time, when I accidentally took the end off, which you do sometimes, accidentally pop it off, because it's not as firm as this one. Yeah, that's the point. The other one slips down quite easily. This one doesn't. So had I have had that on last time, I could have carried on telling you about it. Going to recommend it, but we've got jobs to do now. Right, I wanted to show you, not a job, but I wanted to show you the sweet corn that we rescued. You know what, it might not even ever develop any sweet corn, but we did rescue it, didn't we? If only we'd have rescued it a few weeks earlier, it'd have been a bit better. But there you go, rescued the sweet corn. Yeah, these are doing okay. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do, other than like the bindweed everywhere. It really, really gets on my nerves. Right, but that's sweet potato leaves are growing there nicely. These are all but done for now. We've got a few more. While I was here the other day, which you weren't here, I'm afraid, picked a load of peas then. That's dried, that's dried. Any dried ones I'll leave with the seeds, and also for the kids to play with. Because I think I'm here next Thursday, I think, if the weather is nice. So I'll just pick the rest of these pea pods here. There's quite a few we can just leave to dry on there, or the kids to play with. But there you go. We'll collect a little bit of a harvest, and possibly, actually, gonna get some of these spring onions as well. They're looking very pale and pasty, so I think every time we come, I think we'll pick one. I've now got you under my chin, by the way. Okay, got a few peas. I'll go back and get some more. Let's pick a spring onion. Let's get you picked. Right, I don't want to take too many at a time because Willow's going on holiday in a couple of days, and they won't get. She's the one that eats all my stuff. So there you go. Spring onion, a few peas. Get a few more peas to add to our cucumbers. Each time I come, I do a little bit of a harvest, which you don't get to see. So although it looks like I've only got like a dozen peas and a couple of etc. I do pick stuff like the snap peas. I picked all the snap peas because they were ready at the time I was here, not when I was filming. So you didn't see me pick all the snap peas. I've had loads and loads of snap peas. Spring onions, I picked the odd one. These, as you know, I've told you. And the peas, I had loads of peas, but you just haven't seen it because I haven't filmed every time I've been here, because I do come here and relax sometimes. So yeah, it looks like a tiny little harvest, but I have lots of tiny little harvests to renew the flowers at the memorial bench. So let's get a couple of these cut. We'll leave a couple. We will leave a couple, but cutting does encourage them to grow. I say it every time, it's true. I didn't believe it, but it's actually true. There you go. I'll get some more of the other arch. Wow, God, there's loads on here. Absolutely loads. Oh, beautiful coloured ones. Oh my gosh. Look, the double coloured ones. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Right, I think we'll get some of, get one more. It encourages them to grow, really, really it does. Right, so that's a lot, but I want some of that spriggy stuff, do you remember? Sorry about the squeaking. Spriggy stuff, although it all looks like it's gone to seed, it does add, sorry, another little texture to it, doesn't it? I don't know what it is. I like that. One more, I feel. That's a bendy one, that. Right. Stick that one at the back. Right, there you go. I think we should just go down now and put those in the vase and take out any old ones. Right, remind me, I've thrown my scissors down there. I've just cut myself a bunch of lovely sweet peas there, loads of different colours. So I should pop them there. Tidy up all them petals. And you know what? I think that is enough for this week. I think we've done a few little jobs, haven't we? Got a few little things out of the way. Quick hose. I've just added a bit more of a water of the places that need watering. I've got no complaints. I've got no negatives about them at all. They're firm and they're great, and I can recommend them as connectors. And we'll look further into it. I will keep trying it and making sure, you know, that it's not just like a 2-minute wonder. You know it isn't, because I have tried one before, but I'm using different connectors this time, aren't I? So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Quick hose will be linked down below, or you can just search for it. They'll be on Amazon or on their own page. So please check them out. And if you get a chance, say that I sent you as well, if you buy something, so they know that that's where you've come from. Okay, thank you so much. I shall see you next week, where we shall do some more super exciting things.